Hey everyone, I am Eric Malmberg, a host here at The Current. You are tuned in to Sounds Like Home. It's our 3-day virtual festival celebrating Minnesota music all this weekend, May 15th through the 17th. For more details and the full schedule of who is playing, you can head over to thecurrent.org. Already seen some great performances today. Carl Loudon, 26 Bats, Kiss the Tiger, Nerd D. Coming up at 7, a session with Remo Drive. The Current encourages all music fans to support their local artists and the continued longevity of their craft. The Current extends its gratitude to the Legacy Amendment Arts and Cultural Fund, which will be compensating artists for their Sounds Like Home performances, which is awesome. Sounds Like Home is also supported by members of Minnesota Public Radio. Become a member today and support this platform for independent artists. You can do that at thecurrent.org. I am joined now by David Huckfelt. How are you, David?
I'm doing well, Eric. How are you?
Good. It's great to see you. I'm not actually seeing you. It's all virtual, but everything's got to be virtual right now. And how have you been doing with the quarantine? How you holding up? What's happening over there?
Hey, man. We're alive. We're in. If I wish I would have committed the crime, robbing a bank or whatever, that would have put me in house arrest. So I'd have a memory to dwell on because it is house arrest, basically. We're doing well though. Healthy, kind of trying to keep a perspective, trying to get outdoors as much as possible. And honestly, listening to a ton of music by my friends, by artists that I've never heard before, listening to The Current almost every day. So yeah, we're just trying to put the pieces close to the center and keep doing that whirly dance that we do.
Man, it seems like we could possibly be nearing the end. Maybe groups of 10 allowed here in a couple days, but it's certainly been an interesting last couple of months. So we want to get into some songs. We'll have you play a couple, then we'll talk a little bit more. Tell us what you're going to play, and then take it away.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a pleasure to be here. Anybody watching, welcome. The Current. Every city should be so lucky to have a radio station that plays as much local music, original music, independent music. This song is going to be on my new record. It feels appropriate for the moment because it's based on this old Zen Buddhist saying. The saying is, it's better to see the face than to hear the name. And if you think about it for a moment, all this virtual stuff is great. Social media is okay, but there's no substitute for being in the presence of someone you love. So that's where this song comes from. There's a full moon on the radio tonight. There's a ghost dance on the plains that never sleeps. I'm 20 miles west of Spirit Lake. I pray the hollow night my soul to keep. I miss the way you walked in through a door. If you walked in now, I'd grab a hold, never let you go. Oh, it's better to haunt the dark woods than to stake a gold mine claim. It's better to see the face than to hear the name. The superior shakes the greedy in her teeth. The fog and everything crawls on her chest. And I'm broken in the just same place as you. And the holes in all my pockets never rest. Oh, it's worse to leave the matter unresolved. A golden ticket to a funeral is just a problem death can solve. There's no heat inside a shadow. You better stick close to the flame. It's better to see the face than to hear the name. my diamond mine. You just spend your love like it's going out of style. And I can think of nothing left to do with time than to study at your jail cell with a file. Oh, from here on out, let it be known the same. There's 1,000 ways to jump out from front of a moving train. Oh, it's better to lose the wild card than to get rich with a tame. It's better to see the face than to hear the name. Oh, it's better to see the face than to hear the name.
Oh, that's great. Thanks so much.
Hey, thank you very much.
Yeah, should we hear another one? Then we'll talk a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Usually this owl will clap. I don't know. He doesn't like that song or something, but
Yeah, he didn't seem into it.
yeah, owls are hard. What can you do? I got another song for you guys. And I want to say thank you. I'll tell you, no lie, it's nothing beats the thrill as a musician than hearing your own song actually come on the radio. It's rarer and rarer, honestly, with all of these commercial stations. But thankfully, you guys have been playing this new song of mine called "The Book of Life," and I say of mine because it's on my new record. But part of the reason I'm so excited about you playing it is because it was written by a dear friend of mine, the Ojibwe singer-songwriter Keith Secola, who has been making music around the world for 30 years. And he gets played on reservation radio stations coast to coast, but not a lot of big stations. So he wrote this song. I fell in love with it. I called him and said, can I record it? And he said, sure, as long as I can come help you do it. And so he was in Tucson for this recording. I think the song is absolutely stunningly beautiful. I love the version we did. So I'll do this version for you called The Book of Life. One, two, three. Where are we going? Why are we leaving? Why do we suffer? What is the meaning? How do we live by? Who would you die for? What would you cry for? Is it all real? Do we have free will? What are the numbers? What is your passion? Why are you grateful? What makes you happy? What gives you courage? What does your heart say? Everything's a miracle. The answer's in the book of life. The answer's in the book of life. Who are your neighbors? What will your friends say? Who is the kindest? What makes you proudest? What makes us good friends? Why am I different? Why do I struggle? Why do I hurt? Everybody worries. Why do we promise? What is existence? Why does it matter? Who should I stand by? Seeds of the future, rise of humanity. Everything is sacred. The answer's in the book of life. The answer's in the book of life. get excited, be conscientious. Who do I run to? What do I stand for? Who should I play for? What should I pay for? What makes it all worthwhile? How do I see it? How do I hear it? How do I move it when I get near it? How do I get through it? Everything's amazing, everything's wonderful. Life's full of sadness, love is the answer. The answer's in the book of life. The answer's in the book of life. The answer's in the book of life. The answer's in the book of life.
You are tuned into the Sounds Like Home virtual festival from The Current. And we just heard a couple songs from David Huckfelt. That one, The Book of Life, which maybe you've heard on The Current off the upcoming new record. What can you tell us about the release details of the new record?
Well, there was a plan A, then there was a plan B, and I think we're on plan Q now.
Yes, we're
Um,
right.
yeah, that's what a pandemic will do. But I want to say thank you to anyone out there who contributed to the Kickstarter for this record because of people's support, we've raised enough money to keep the record on track. I'm waiting for two two overdubs to come in quarantine style. One from Greg Brown, folk singer down in Iowa City, and one from his daughter Pieta. They're singing on a song, and then the record will be finished, and hopefully we'll be able to put it out into some world that exists in the fall.
In the fall, okay. Now I know for your last record, you had a pretty mountaintop experience, right? Going up north to write that record and really spend some time up on Isle Royale. What was the difference between that experience and writing this new record?
That they had in common almost like opposites. I mean, Isle Royale it's just a few miles from Canada, from the Canadian border. And Tucson, Arizona, where I wrote most of this record and recorded it, is pretty close to Mexico. The borders are very different. Politically speaking and geographically, they couldn't be more different. All that water up north and the Sonoran Desert down south. So basically, my strategy is to get as many strange and unusual characters into a room at the same time. I feel like that's a way in the digital age that we can conjure up some kind of lightning. And so there was just everybody. I mean, Mexican trumpet players from Nogales, Native American singers, cowboys. There was an ex-convict. There was some members of Calexico and Giant Sand. And it was such a whirlwind because I didn't know a lot of them very well, just as acquaintances. And when you make music with somebody new, that you really bond quickly. And there's a record that came of it. So
And
lucky
you'd say
us.
then definitely that the atmosphere, the difference in the two places affected the sound. Will we hear some different sounds maybe than the previous record?
Tell you no lie, man. You're going to hear trumpet. You're going to hear accordion. But I think more than that, it's just when you make music with somebody you admire and respect that you don't know well, that's a really fertile little window. Like the drummer on the record is Winston Watson, who toured with Bob Dylan for about 6 years. I've loved his playing for a long time. And then all of a sudden I'm in the room with him. And that's what music is, a conduit that's just like, right now, you and me, let's go. So it did
Mhm.
influence the sound quite a bit. And people's contributions just sweeten the deal.
Yeah, Tucson also allegedly where the chimichanga was invented. I don't know if it's a fun
Dude,
fact for
you
anybody.
you can't leave your house without running into like six chimichangas. I mean, they have salsa, the way that we have microbrews. It's like, they're everywhere. And great food, great art, great radio. Um, the sunniest city in America, 362 days. If that doesn't do something for your music, I don't know what to tell you.
Does something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other big news in your life, real big news, is that you are a new dad.
That's true. That's absolutely true. And to prove it, I think I
Yeah, I
might
need
have
some
some
receipts.
visitors that. Yeah, let's prove it. Let's prove it on live
Yeah.
on the stream here. So this is my partner Shannon.
Hi.
And this right
Hi,
here,
Shannon.
for the people at home, is little Billy Niobrara. He's 8 weeks old. He's really tired because coronavirus and stuff in the world and bad news. But he is is unbelievable. He loves music. He's probably listened to The Current more than anybody in the last 8 weeks. We love him so much. It's incredible to have something so fragile at a time that's so scary. But Billy is a treasure to us, and thanks to anybody who's sent their love across the wires. Now I kind of just want to hold him. I don't know if I want to play anymore.
That makes sense. Well, I mean, what's it been like to bring new life into the world during this insane time? I can't even imagine.
It was very scary in terms of just not knowing if the hospital was safe and, and when we can let him meet people. He hasn't met anybody yet.
Right.
Yeah, he doesn't like that virus. Look at him,
No, I get it. I feel the same way. I make that same sound at my house all the time.
But the truth of the matter is that everybody was thinking of us that we love, that's sending these notes of like, man, I'm just thinking of you guys. And that got us through, is all of the encouragement and the love, people sending us loaves of bread. And are you the first baby that's ever cried live on The Current? It might be.
This might be a first.
Yeah. So, and to tell you the truth, 8 weeks at home without touring and Shannon not having to work has been a gift, for us to spend with
absolutely.
Billy. So, all right, Bill.
All right, man.
We're on the radio, dude. Say bye.
All right, back to work.
Bye, Shannon.
Billy, great to
Bye.
meet you.
Billy says peace.
Peace.
This is great. And a whole new perspective on life and songs and art and music, I'm sure, coming from Billy as well.
I try not to push my stuff on him. Like, I think he'll probably love K-pop, not folk music.
Yeah, he's going to go in
By
a
the
way
time he
different
gets
direction, probably, right? Yeah.
Oh, he's going to hate Woody Guthrie, and it's just going to be like, and that's fair enough. I mean, totally fair enough.
I get that. All right, should we hear one more song before we say goodbye tonight?
Yeah, that's it's, for anybody listening at home, it's always really hard to pick 3 songs, and I've done it a lot. I've had to play 3 songs in a lot of places and a lot of times because that's all you get. So, to tell you the truth, I didn't know this song until about 4:30. I've loved this song for a long time, but I never played it. And it's written by the great John Prine. Sometimes songs rise up and meet a moment in a way that you could never predict when they were released. And not many people have heard this song. John, of course, had a lot of really popular songs. This is one that didn't get released, unreleased song. And it meets the moment because without getting into politics, the thing that we all can say is we desperately need to love each other right now. Even your neighbor who doesn't agree with you on things, if we're going to make it through, because America is in some trouble. And this song really addresses that. I just thought it was a gorgeous song. If we're not careful, we're going to lose a lot of really special things because they don't come back. We lost John Prine. And we've lost a lot of great artists, but more than that, restaurants, bookstores, we just need to take really great care and make sure that the people in charge, have our faith and deserve it and move forward. If we need to take control ourselves to do it, I say, let's do it ourselves. That's what this song is about. Long intro, but it's called That's How Every Empire Falls. And I think you can get the meaning from it. caught a train from Alexandria, just a broken man in flight, running scared with all his devils, saying prayers all through the night. But mercy can't find him, not in the shadows where he calls, forsaking all his better angels. That's how every empire falls. The bells ring out on Sunday morning like echoes from another time. All our innocence and yearning, sense of wonder left behind. Oh, gentle hearts, remember, what was that story? Is it lost? For when religion loses vision, that's how every empire falls. He toasts his wife and all his family, the providence he brought to bear. They raise their glasses in his honor, although this union they don't share. The man who lives among you was still a stranger to them all. For if the heart is never open, that's how every empire falls. Padlock the door and board the windows. He put the people in the street. It's just my job, he says, I'm sorry. He draws a check, goes home to eat. But at night he tells his woman, I know I hide behind the laws. She says, you're only taking orders, but that's how every empire falls. Blows through this country, a hot rain falls on the sea. If terror comes without a warning, there must be something we can't see. What fire begets this fire, like torches thrown into the straw? And no one listens, and that's how every empire falls. If no one asks and no one listens, that's how every empire falls.
David Huckfelt covering John Prine on the current Sounds Like Home Festival. David, thanks so much for sitting down with us and playing some music and talking and sharing your new baby boy. It was so great to spend some time with you.
Eric, it's a tremendous honor to be with you. Like we talked about earlier, I heard a set of music that you played about a week ago, and I hadn't heard you on the air before. And I love just feeling kind of your individual stamp that just doesn't happen on a lot of radio stations. So from myself and the musicians I know, thank you to The Current for making that great effort to stand up for musicians, artists, and community. That's true.
Thank you so much. And thank you for tuning in to Sounds Like Home.
Thanks for tuning in to Sounds Like Home, a 3-day virtual festival celebrating Minnesota music. Support for Sounds Like Home and the artists performing during the festival is made possible with the support of Minnesota's Legacy Amendments Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. All Sounds Like Home sessions will be archived at thecurrent.org.